Ladies and gentlemen of the RPW Network, today we have the rematch. Today we have the Hunger Games winner. Today I'm going to be sneezing. Oh, it's right there. Oh, it's gone. It disappeared. Oh, my eyes are watering. Goodness gracious me. KR is not in a shape for a champ versus champ. Not only champ vs champ, world champ versus world champ. Ladies and gentlemen, here today we have Fredo and Branden Bombs. The Hunger Games winner, Fredo, the two-time now Hunger Games winner, of course. I'd take you back to week 168, the opener of World Warzone, where Branden Bombs made Fredo tap out to the Branden bite submission. Ladies and gentlemen, in a champ vs champ opening match. Then week 168 on Friday in a dark match, much like this one, 2 weeks later, Fredo, after winning the Hunger Games, challenged Branden Bombs for the World Heavyweight Championship, trying to be a double world champion. Again, that one ended with a Branden bite submission. Now, again, 2 weeks after that, ladies and gentlemen, Fredo has won the Hunger Games for a second time and has picked Branden Bombs, the World Heavyweight Champion, yet again on Friday Night Fury. Can Branden do the three-peat over Fredo, or will Fredo have the upset of the century and become a double world champion? No one has ever held both world championships apart from Dino, who held all three back a couple years ago at Regents Randomizer in an absolutely epic match of the year showdown. And that is what they're fighting for. Ladies and gentlemen, 96-day reign for Branden Bombs so far. This is his 6th defense, by the way. Holy moly. His 6th defense. That is very, very serious. And it's always a fun one. Always a fun one when we have a champ vs champ, universal champ vs world heavyweight champ, battle of the brands. Who's going to come out on top is the ultimate question. Can we at least get Ralph down here? Can we get change of clothes for the show? That would be fantastic. We've got Ralph, his actual outfit here today. Fredo and Branden Bombs live on the RPW Network in the Fury Arena. Fredo wearing his red for Fury as well. Universal Champion versus World Heavyweight Champion. How many defense does Fredo have? He has 2 defense in 46, not too shabaroony. What a massive matchup, man. Bullet Club vs the Authority as well, which we absolutely love. Who's going to start off strong? Who's going to have that momentum? I think Fredo really needs a strong start in this. Being 0 for 2 against the other world champion. Like, obviously, you know, it doesn't affect his championship reign. It's not like Branden's go for the universal title or anything like that, but it's just an ego thing. It's a pride thing. You know, like when you are a champion, you want to do better than the other world champion. Or if you're a mid-card champion, you want to do better than the other mid-card champion. Tag team champ want to do, but you know, you want to represent your brand. You want to prove that you are the best world champion between the two. So I always, at least that's how I feel about it. Maybe superstars feel differently, but I feel like if you hold a championship, a brand championship, you want your championship to do better than the other brand's championship. You know, this is like Fredo's trying to say, I am the world champion of RPW. I'm the face of RPW. Branden's trying to say that as well. They're both world champions. Who is the A world champion? Who is the B world champion, kind of? And I think there's a lot on the line when it comes to losing to the other world champion 3 times in a row. Especially when, you know, Fredo's been using it for Dragon and Daniel. Obviously, both of those were not both world champions at the same time, but Dragon's beaten Daniel the past 3 one-on-ones they had, and Fredo was using that a lot, basically saying, you know, Dragon is better than Daniel because he's beaten him 3 times. So in his own words, if Branden Bombs wins today, especially, remember, these are with championships on the line, at least 2 of them. The first one wasn't, of course, but 2 of them has been for championships on the line. Both of Branden's championships, not Fredo's championships either. So you have to think, if Branden Bombs beats Fredo 3 times, does Branden Bombs maybe eventually get a chance to go for the Universal Championship just out of, you know, sheer I deserve it. I've earned it by beating the Universal Champ 3 times. I don't know how things work with Jocko You know, I know him and 2 Vince are close. I wouldn't be surprised if 2 Vince said, give Branden Bombs the Universal Championship match. Jocko would say, yes, sir. Rightfully so, as 2 Vince is our boss. Fredo, strong start, though. Branden Bombs busted open in this one. But you know what I mean? If Branden Bombs beats the Universal Champ 3 times, why would he not all of a sudden deserve? I mean, he's absolutely brutalized. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. We know Norm has been focusing on Fredo. Ladies and gentlemen, oh, it was just a distraction. Oh, roll up by Branden Bombs, holding onto the pants. Oh, my goodness gracious me. I thought for a second, ladies and gentlemen, we were seeing Norm out on this ring. His Titantron played, his music played. There's a Branden Bombs. Branden trying to 3P against Fredo with the resiliency, though. But that has entirely turned this match around, ladies and gentlemen. The distraction has thrown Fredo off, who's been dominating from the start. Both superstars back up to the midsection goes Fredo. Branden busted open. Oh, kick to the midsection as well. Fredo was dominating that interference. Not, you know, I don't know what you call it. The distraction. It's a distraction is what it is. The distraction has entirely thrown Fredo off his game. And there's the right-handers. Flush to the face of the Universal Champion. More following along. Fredo is reeling. Norm continues to say, give me what I want, in the head of Fredo. Whether he wants to admit it or not. Severely distracted was Fredo. I thought Branden was going to win with the roll-up. Fredo trying to crawl out to the bottom rope. Branden Bombs takes him into the corner. Shoulder blocks. Down low. Pure domination. Branden go for the Branden bite, ladies and gentlemen. This is what Branden has beaten Fredo with 2 times in their 3 meetings. But this time, Fredo manages to fight out of it. Nice DDT. Fredo finally gets some momentum back as he sets up. If he hits a FaceTime, we could see a double world champion of the ages FaceTime connecting. Hook of the leg. Oh, he covers the arm away. I'm trying to get the camera over there. He covered the arm away from the bottom rope. Branden Bombs kicks out, though. Now Fredo's getting back into it. This match turned into the hands of a Branden Bombs. Oh, after the Norm interference. Big clothesline in the corner. The FaceTime did connect, though. Fredo into the corner. Oh, into the referee, and another clothesline takedown. Stomps to the chest from Branden Bombs. Maybe feeling a bit annoyed that his submission did not get the win. Fredo sweep of the leg. Branden to the outside. Both superstars to the outside. Fredo makes his way over. And there's the right-handers. Bit of revenge after Branden Bombs hit all those right-handers to Fredo. Both superstars back up to their feet. Oh, the right-hander gets reversed. Fredo into the steel steps, and Branden Bombs, so there's no need for all of this. The blood still pouring down his face. A brutal match on the RPW Network. Count of 6 right now. Let's not be getting no count out. Branden Bombs into the ring. And back out. He resets the count. He doesn't want to win via count out. Which is good. I don't want to see this match ruined by count out. And there's blood for Fredo too. There is blood for Fredo too as he's thrown over into the crowd. And this isn't going to be good for Fredo because a count out. There we go. I was going to say a count out. Of course, means he would lose the championship opportunity if it ends in a count out. Branden bombs back into the ring. And back up. Very easily could have won via count out, Branden bombs. Very, very easy. I think Fredo was done for the count then. Realistically. There's a nice jab. Big reversal. Oh, spine buster, Rooney. Down goes Fredo. Back into the ring. Branden bombs joins him, ladies and gentlemen. Oh no, get the camera around, get the camera around. We need to see the arms. Another Branden by submission. Both superstars bleeding profusely. World Heavyweight Championship on the line. And Fredo is forced to tap to the most dominant submission move in all of Regents Pro Wrestling. Look at that blood, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that blood. And still, World Heavyweight Champion Branden bombs of the Authority. What a match. 3-0 against the Universal Champion. Pure domination.